Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Coach Danny Alvarez here. For those that don't know me, I'm the head instructor and owner here at Alvarez Jitsu. Just wanted to talk about a few topics today. It's Monday, March 11th. It's about 4:06. Today just happens to be my birthday, my 44th birthday. And I just felt like I kind of wanted to share some thoughts about turning 44, along with just some other things that kind of been the topic of some conversations with quite a few people over the last week, over this past weekend, and then even actually earlier today. How's it going, guys? First off, if you can see in the description, the pursuit of happiness, like your passion, your happiness versus chasing money. It just so happens, like, over the last week or so, and again, like, especially this past weekend, I talked to quite a few people, whether it was either them themselves or just them telling me someone about someone they knew, kind of chasing more of the money versus a passion or actual happiness, or chasing someone or a thing like a relationship or whatever. And so I kind of wanted to just kind of share my thoughts on that, because the position that I was in is way different than the position that I am now. Obviously, for ones that know me, obviously you see me every week. You see the size of the academy, the size of the team, what I've done over the years and stuff like that. But you didn't maybe know me before jiu-jitsu, or what I did in my previous life before owning a jiu-jitsu academy or doing jiu-jitsu. And I don't really want to go into that whole spiel, but just a kind of quick overview. For 11 years, I worked for General Motors. I was on the assembly line, just making really good money. I had a new home, new car, man. Everything was good. I was good, but I wasn't happy. I was making good money. From Saginaw, Michigan, working at General Motors was a big deal at that time. You got into GM, it's like you made it. Like you knew you were gonna be okay. Like life was gonna be good if you were able to get that application, turn it in, and then they got you and you hired on. And you made it past the 90 days, man. You had insurance, Blue Cross Blue Shield, everything was taken care of. And then you were just gonna make some really, really good money and have some nice things. So obviously, like I said, for all those years, I was doing really well for myself as far as that goes. But I wasn't happy. I wasn't fulfilled. I wasn't doing what I really wanted to do. I was working more of like a robot every day, and I could be replaced anytime. I'm just a number on the assembly line. You teach someone else to do my job within a matter of, depending on what job it was, a couple hours or whatever, and then boom, you're replaced, right? So I wasn't happy with that, and I wasn't really happy where I was living either. The bubble, the atmosphere that I was around, the mindset, and I'm not trying to diss on anyone or whatever like that. And just to make it clear, man, look, I'm not perfect by any means. I'm human, just like all of you. I make mistakes, and this is definitely not a video of like I'm gonna like he's bragging. I'm trying to put you like where I was at before, and then where I'm at now, far as like what was in my heart, like what I felt then, and then compared to what I feel now. So anyways, back to being in the, and I love my hometown. Like I always try to go home. I love my family there, my people there. Like I rep that city. Man, if you love the Lions and wear Detroit Lions gear, man, you hey man, it's whatever. So but the atmosphere wasn't about growth. The people that I wasn't around wasn't really about growth and then doing better. It was more of settling, like, hey, you made it, this is it. And then, you're pretty much going to, have a family, raise a family, and then die, and like that's it. And that just, that wasn't me. Like, that's not really what I was shooting for. I don't know. One day, just something really got to me, and I decided like I was gonna try to make that change, make that move here to Texas. I thought it was a better atmosphere for me. It looked nicer. You know, just again, I'm not trying to put my city down or whatever like that, but it is. It's definitely nicer than where I'm originally from. And then I was working for General Motors. And then I started doing jiu-jitsu at home in Saginaw, but I really got into it here because it was like real jiu-jitsu here, like a real jiu-jitsu coach, and there's more jiu-jitsu and everything like that. And so that was a big jump for me to leave Saginaw, Michigan to come to Texas. It's really not a thing that most people do. And then quitting General Motors. After 11 years of having security and making good money and everything like that, I wasn't happy. I wanted to chase something that did make me happy, which was jiu-jitsu. And for a lot of you that do jiu-jitsu or have some type of other thing that makes you happy, not a person, not an individual or a thing, like a car, I guess, is what I'm saying, like a thing, because jiu-jitsu is a thing, but a car is like something different, or a house or whatever else. What I wanted was, I had just something else inside of me that I was like, man, I can do better than what I'm already doing. And I wanted to go and get after that. And so that's what I did. I quit General Motors. I went all in on jiu-jitsu. And now 11 years, this is actually 11 years now this month that I've had this academy that we started. It started out with like 4 or 5 guys in my garage. I think this is the 5th location. And, life is good. Way happier than I was before doing something that I was kind of told to do. Like, it was kind of like, again, not trying to... My grandfather worked for General Motors. My dad worked for General Motors, 32 years, he retired. And I'm very appreciative of that, because without that, I wouldn't be here. Like, without my dad doing what he did and sacrifice for me and the rest of the family, then I'm not doing this video with you. I'm doing something else. I'm probably on the assembly line, stuff like that. So I appreciate all the happy birthday love for sure. But it was just something else. It's just something else. Like, man, I got to give it a shot. I want to give it a try. I'm going to go all in on this thing and see if I can get it to work. And something inside of me is like, it's going to work. Like it has to work. Like, I can't feel something about this like this for it not to work, right? I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I do now. Obviously, I got better people around me. I got mentors and everything else where I didn't have before. I just took a leap of faith and like just went all in on it. And as a reward, I'm happy. Like, I'm happy. I'm not chasing the money. Working for General Motors to me was chasing money, chasing jet skis, chasing boats, chasing. Back then, everyone had big screen TVs, like the big ones, like the big. I'm 44, so all you guys that are close to my age, you remember like big screen TVs. They're not like the way they look now. That was the chase. The chase was, again, that kind of lifestyle, that kind of thing. Now, I like nice things. Don't get me wrong. I got a new 2016 Camaro. Like, I like nice clothes. I like going out to eat nice places. I like going all over the world, traveling, seeing nice things. But that's not the thing for me. That's not what I'm chasing. What I'm chasing was a fulfillment, which was jiu-jitsu. And then through jiu-jitsu, helping other people. Like, that's the fulfillment. So, like, I guess for me, the chase or the fulfillment is people. Instead of money, it's people. Because obviously, if you're a jiu-jitsu instructor and you're teaching, I have 230-something students in this academy. That's a lot of people to help that have come in with kids, teens, adults that have something that they're trying to achieve, something that they want. And my goal is to try to help them get that, each and every one of them, because I know all my students' names all the way to the 5-year-olds, right? So that's it. That's it. The point is, whatever it is that you have a passion for, that you love to do, again, not a person, okay, not a thing like a car, like a boat, whatever, a thing that's in you that's saying, hey, I really want to do this, try to go do it. Like, make it happen. Now, not saying like just quit your job and like go all in and like, go in debt and like just make dumb decisions. Over the course of those years of working at General Motors, I was training jiu-jitsu 4 days a week, 5 days a week, taking notes, watching videos, competing, all of those things adding up as I'm working towards my goal of quitting General Motors, put me in a position to when it was my time, I was ready. Because I know a lot of people that make the jump too soon, and then they didn't prepare right. They didn't get their things in order right. They just go after it, and then it bombs, and it's like, man, now you're even worse off than where you're at before. So I just kind of wanted to get that out, because on my 44th birthday, like, that's what makes me happy. Like, this is what makes me happy. Not money, not this. Now, again, you got to make money to do jiu-jitsu and have a school and everything like that. And I'm doing really, really well for myself. I'll just kind of leave it at that. But that's not the goal, though. That's not the goal. I'm not chasing money. What I'm chasing is this other thing. A lot of it is just greatness behind me. On my wall over there this is my team's wall, and then the other wall is my personal wall. So I set all these different goals of things that I want to chase, but it's not the money, because money comes and goes. Now, don't get me wrong. They say money don't create happiness or make happiness, but also being broke isn't happiness either. And if you've ever been broke and living that kind of lifestyle, that's no fun either. So there's that line of like, hey, you got to make the money, and then in the process, what I'm getting at is whatever you're chasing, whatever you want to do, money will come on the other side of that. If you do it right and really care about people and do the right things, the money will come like it's supposed to. But if it's money, if it's just money, and that's all you want, there's not a fulfillment. And with these conversations I had over the past couple weeks or weekend, quite a few people that make a lot of money, way more money than me, and they're not happy. Either they lost everything, and now they're trying to get it back, but it's because they're chasing the wrong thing, So if that's you out there, if this helps, I just kind of want to drop that out there. And then also, the other thing real quick is your words matter. Like, whatever you tell yourself, whatever you speak into existence, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I suck at whatever it is that you're trying to do, then guess what? You're going to stay fat. You're going to stay sucking at whatever else you're trying to do. You're not going to get to that next level, or you're not going to get the things that you want speaking in a negative fashion. I get a lot of it, well, I'm old. I'm too old, man. I'm 44. I feel great. And again, I'm not bragging, but I ran a couple miles this morning, and I trained really hard this morning, jiu-jitsu, and like with guys that are like 11 years younger than me. There's an argument. He says he's 10. I say he's 11, whatever. Still. And I can get after it and go at it like a beast on the mat and train hard at 44 years old now. It's just another day that passed. It's how I eat. It's what I think. It's how I sleep, how I train my body, how I take care of myself. All of those things are what makes someone, whether you're old or not. If you're not taking care of yourself, you're not exercising, you're not eating right, you're not doing any cardio, you're not doing any kind of physical activity, you're not listening to the right things, you're not reading the right things, you're around the wrong people, then yeah, man, you're going to get old really quick. Your body's going to deteriorate, and it's just, your mind's going to go as well, because you're not putting yourself in a healthy atmosphere, and you're not keeping your body healthy to put you in that kind of position. Now, if your body's kind of broken down and you like that and you're happy, then you're winning. But if you're not, if you don't feel all that great about yourself when you wake up every day, and you're not trying to make those changes to fix that, then you're losing, right? I was told that a long time ago by a mentor of mine. Every single day you go to sleep at night, when you go to put your head on that pillow, you either won or lost that day. This is huge. You either won or lost that day. So obviously, if you're a winner and you like to win, then you're not going to try and lose. So you're going to try and make things happen. You're going to be productive. You're going to be active. You're going to be moving. You're going to just like try to get things done. So at the end of the day, you're not losing and can say you're a loser because you just laid around and got lazy and just, so many excuses to just, give yourself a day off. It's my, you just hear it all the time. I get a day off of something. It gives me more time to do other things that I get a chance to normally do when I'm busy, right? So at 44 years old, man, I feel great. I don't feel old whatsoever. I hear people that are around me that are my age, close to it, a little younger, a little older. They say those things, and I'm like, yeah, you're feeling that way because you're saying it, you're speaking it out loud. But also sometimes, most of the time, it's also because they're not physically active, they're not doing the right things to take care of their body, feeding themselves the right foods and stuff like that. And I honestly feel like every day, like successful wise, like it's what you eat every day, what you put in your body matters, is going to dictate whether you're going to have a successful day or not. It's just what it is. I got too many examples for people that I know that just eat poorly and do totally opposite things and then losing every day. And that's a big reason why, along with, again, their mindset, what they say about themselves. I'm always listening to how people talk about themselves. And I get that a lot, like, oh, you think you're all that, or I've heard things in the background. Look, I don't. Look, I'm 5'6", maybe 5'7" on a good day when the sun's shining. Man, I'm not all built, ripped, like whatever, but I feel good about myself. I'm active. I take care of my body. I don't need to look like someone in a magazine or someone on Instagram or whatever. I don't have to look like that. I'm not trying to look like that. What I'm trying to do is take care of myself the best way possible, because my family depends on me. I have 230 something students that depend on me. I got 5 dogs that I care about and love that need me. So I have to take care of myself. It's very, very important that I do that, because if not, the people that do depend on me and need me, then what's going to happen to them? It's always in the back of my mind. And there's one thing in the description that I didn't put in there, and it's the fear of death. Okay, this is huge. For me, I'm always thinking about that. Like, what happens if, like, today is a day? Like, today's a day. Like, after I get off of this thing, and then I'm no longer here, something happens, right? So, did I do everything that I wanted to do? Was I lazy and made excuses? Did I do everything in my power to chase the things that I wanted to get done in life? And for me right now, the answer is yeah, just about all of it. Like I've done so many things, and I still have a lot more to do, but I'm gonna get those done, because I have that fear of, like, man, what if something happens and I don't get a chance to do what I really want to do, like some other things that I have in the back of my mind, what I want to do, right? So I guess that's a big motivating factor for me. And I think too many people take for granted that they're always gonna be here, or the people around them are always gonna be here, and that's not the case. I had a young person recently. I'm not gonna say the name, but if you're watching this video, then you're gonna know who you are. They're in their early 20s, and they're kind of just floating through life. And I'm like, we're having this conversation. I'm like, man, what's your goal? What are you trying to do? He's like, man, I got about 5 years. I say about 5 years before I really need to buckle down and decide what I really need to do. And I'm like, wow, you're totally wrong about that. You don't know you're going to be here in 5 years. Man, you might not be here in another year. So in that time, you're just wasting time. You're killing time. You could just be doing all kind of things that you want to do, and you're not getting them done because you think you have more time than you really have. You don't know how much time you have. I'm hoping I can make it to at least 100 years old and still be a beast. But if that's not the case, then every day I get up, I'm trying to make things happen. So, again, at 44 years old, so, when it's your birthday, everyone asks you, what do you want? What do you want for your birthday? Like, they want to buy me something. My family wants to buy me something. And my answer the last couple of days or last week or whatever was like, I don't need anything. Like, I got my students, I got my academy, I got the staff here that helps me, I got my dogs, I got my health, I'm doing good for myself. Like, I don't need like a materialistic thing for someone to buy me something. Now, if you do, then that's great. I'm going to appreciate it and take care of it. But I don't need someone to buy me something. Or I don't need a party at a club to pop bottles to make me feel good about to celebrate my birthday. Again, I'm not, whoever gets me or does anything for me, I'm like, I've already got a couple of things. I really appreciate that. But that's not what I need to make my birthday. What I need to make my birthday are the people that I spent time with at 6 a.m. class this morning, my 10:30 a.m. class, who I'm going to see, my kids here, the kids class later on, my family later on tonight, having dinner. Like that's the thing, right? So you can take any of this stuff with you. Some of this stuff might just be, one ear and out the other, but it might catch someone. And if it does, again, you got a passion, pursue it, go after it. Be smart about it though. Don't chase the money. What your words matter, what you say about yourself. I can't stand being around people that talk negative and bad about themselves, about their jiu-jitsu, about whatever else they're doing in life. If they're talking bad about themselves, like, I got to separate myself, because that's going to grow on me. That's going to grow on I can't do that. Put myself in that type of position around that kind of atmosphere. It's very, very unhealthy. Talk good about yourself. Talk yourself up. Like, every day, get up and be like, man, I'm a beast. Because no one can someone else can tell you they love you or love you, but no one can love you like you do yourself, man. It has to come from the inside. And so I guess that's where all this is coming from, right? And then also, again, you're only as old as you keep telling yourself and how you feel about yourself. If you feel old, change it. Make some changes in your life. Start with your eating habits. Start with how much water you take. Get rid of the soda. Get rid of the candy, processed foods. All that stuff just kills you from the inside out. Take care of yourself. Talk yourself up. And just do all you can, because we're not promised tomorrow. All right, guys? So it's just something that's just kind of, I just wanted to get off my chest. And, obviously this is a great way to do it. And again, I see all the happy birthday things on here, so I really appreciate that. And again, you only got one life, man. It's not that YOLO, like you only live once and let's just go screw it all up and do all crazy kind of stuff. I believe in having a good time. There's a time and a place for those kind of things, but I believe in chasing your passion and pursuing it, and not money that comes and goes. If you chase your passion like you're supposed to, like what I'm trying to do, it's really hard to get it. And then once you do get it, you got to keep going, because you got to keep it. And I guess that's where a lot of people, when it's the money thing, you make all this money and they get it, and then it disappears because you don't know how to keep it, because it's just money, right? So again, don't get me wrong. You gotta make the money. You gotta certain jobs and fields are gonna put you in that kind of position. But at the end of the day, if you're happy with what you're doing and life is good for you, I'd rather do that any day than have to go work somewhere where it's all about the money and be happy like I was. Every time I swipe my card through that turnstile every day and that thing clicked behind me, it's exactly what I did. I was just like, man, I'm here for another 8-9 hours. I love the people that I worked with. I didn't love the supervision or what the company was about. General Motors really taught me about how not to treat people. The way they treated me in there is another story, another video, but it was horrible. I learned how not to treat people the way they do, at least in this General Motors plant here in Arlington. It sucked. So anyways, you guys have a great rest of your day. I appreciate you guys joining in. Take care of yourself. Be mindful of what you tell yourself, and chase your passions and your dreams, and don't chase the money. Everything else will come into play. All right, you guys have a great day. Guess it's having so good, it don't want to cut off on me.